Hi, today I am here to talk to you about role management in Cayuse. After today's session, I hope that you know the responsibilities and functions of role managers, that you know the 3 critical research contact roles, that you're able to identify research role assignments for your unit and other units in Cayuse, and that if you have role manager access, you are able to establish roles for your unit within Cayuse SP. We'll start with an overview of Cayuse SP and 424 and the functions within those systems. At UC Davis, we use the Cayuse Research Suite. The Cayuse SP system is used for internal routing and approval. We also use Cayuse 424 for submissions of most federal applications. And then the system administration area is used for unit roles and the system and other system administration applications that we use in sponsored programs. Today, we're going to focus on a system administration application called Research Contacts. Cayuse 424 affects Cayuse SP routing and approvals. Cayuse 424 houses the default information for the research team and the primary administrative contact that are added to proposals or internal processing forms in Cayuse SP. You can change the unit and the other information on a proposal by proposal basis in Cayuse SP, and you should do that. However, it's also important to keep those Cayuse 424 professional profiles up to date so that the information that imports into Cayuse SP is automatically correct. The approving units on the internal processing form in Cayuse SP include the administering unit of the grant, the investigator and research team tab personnel. These are personnel listed on that tab in any role other than proposal editor and other participant no routing. Again, if you add someone to the investigator research team tab in any role except proposal editor or other participant no routing, then that will affect your approving units list. Also, adding any affiliated units to the internal processing form will affect that list, as well as if you have any internal cost sharing. There are different types of Cayuse roles. There are the professional profile roles, and these include the roles that are on those professional profiles that house the personnel, salary, and appointment information. There are also research contact roles that grant administrative permissions for administering units, and there are the investigator and research team tab roles, which are those IPF-specific access information. Today, we are focusing on the research contact roles. And again, these are the administrative roles for those administering units of proposals, awards, and subawards. Unit heads complete a Role Delegation Authorization Form when they join a unit as a unit head. This allows us in sponsored programs to accept approvals from IPF authorizers and pre-award spending approvers other than the unit head, that is the department chair, the center director, etc. Once they've done that, then they can also request the establishment of role managers for their units by emailing orcayusehelp@ucdavis.edu and letting us know who should be set up as a role manager. Role managers coordinate with the unit head to ensure accurate and appropriate role delegation within their administrative unit. They also grant access or establish those research contact roles once that has been discussed with the unit head as appropriate. And they serve as a unit subject matter expert. They provide guidance in using Cayuse to others within their unit. Critical research contact roles include an IPF approver. All units within Cayuse that are going to administer grants must have an IPF, at least one IPF or internal processing form approver. This person approves proposals or internal processing forms administered by their unit and or involving investigators from their unit. Therefore, they would also be approving cost shared effort if that's included on the internal processing form. The unit head or their delegate is usually the IPF approver. However, as I discussed on the previous slide, they can also delegate those roles to other people. The pre-award spending approver endorses advance account requests or pre-award spending for proposals submitted through their unit as the administering unit. And role managers, again, establish research contact roles for their administering unit. Other research contact roles include people with proposal data access. This gives them view access to proposals submitted within their administering unit. And likewise, people can have award data access. This gives them award details to awards administered within their unit. Now, let's take a moment to perform a little activity. I'm going to ask you a few questions. And as I ask each question, go ahead and pause. And when you're ready for the answer, move forward. Note that in your handbook, you can go ahead and note these answers down if you like. So take a moment now and think about this scenario. A PI would like to know the status of their proposal that a department admin submitted on their behalf in Cayuse SP. The department admin is out of the office. What research contact role would allow the needed access to check the status of that proposal or internal processing form? Please pause now. I hope you all selected proposal data access. Note that these roles are not interchangeable. Therefore, just because someone is a role manager, that does not give them access to all of the information within their unit unless they have those roles as well. Next question. A PI would like to know the status of an award they received from the National Institutes of Health and that was submitted to sponsored programs via email. What research contact role or roles would allow the needed access to check the status of the award? Please pause now and move forward when you're ready for the answer. I hope you all said award data access. That would give you the relevant access to check the award status in detail. Now you could see if an award had been set up with proposal data access because the proposal will say funded, but that only means we received the notice of award. It does not mean that the actual award has been funded or that you could check any further on that status. Okay, I hope you all said role manager. Remember, role managers establish the roles for administrative units. Now, let's discuss how we manage those research contact roles. Remember that keeping research contact roles current will mitigate internal processing form routing and approval issues. Role managers should always be working with their unit heads to ensure that their research contact roles are kept current and accurate. Ensuring that research contact roles are current is very important. You want to make sure to add and remove roles as people come and go from your unit. If a role manager needs to be changed, an existing role manager may delete another role manager. However, if a new role manager must be requested, then the unit head should send an email to or.cayusehelp@ucdavis.edu requesting the new role manager be added. If the unit head changes, then the new unit head should submit a Role Delegation Authorization Form to or.cayusehelp@ucdavis.edu. The role manager for that administering unit should then delete the historical IPF authorizer and add the new one. To identify research contacts for an administrative unit, first, you want to go to the Research Contacts area of the Cayuse Research Suite. Then you want to find the administrative unit or the unit that you're looking for, and the assigned roles will display. Now let me demonstrate this for you. If you were accessing this from Cayuse SP already, then you would select More and View Roles by Unit. If you were just logging into the Cayuse Research Suite, you could select Research Contacts, and then you'd be taken to the page that you need to get to. From here, you'll select List, or you can also put your cursor in the text field and select Enter, and you'll find that the list displays for you to identify the administrative unit or the unit for which you are looking. You can use the Control F on this list to easily identify the unit that you're looking for. Here I'm going to look at unit code 03000 or 30000 for you. I'll select Ag and Environmental Sciences Dean's Office, and then I'll select View. From here, I can see the roles on the right with each of the people listed in those roles to the left, and I will know who to contact if I need to request access or if I'm waiting on an approval. Now, let's take time for a little activity. What I would like you to do is find the role assignments for sponsored programs. You'll select pause when you're ready to begin. Then you'll log in to our test environment at the link you'll see here using the username Amy, A-M-I-E, admin, A-D-M-I-N, and the password training, all lowercase. From there, you want to find OVCR-sponsored programs. And then note one person listed in each of the following roles. You'll see that you have this area that you can, the slide that you can complete in the handout that I've provided you on our website. Once you have all of these roles, then go ahead and select play so that you can see the actual answers. If for some reason you're not able to access the site with the information listed, you can also continue to the next slide and select pause and identify the assignments from there. Now that you've had a few moments to look at the role assignments and our test environment, let's look at the answers together. One of the role managers is Amy Admin. You may have also indicated Cassie Obolero, and that would be correct. Our IPF approvers are Amy Admin, Charlie Apple, and OR Help. I should note that if you ever see OR Help on a unit list in Cayuse in the live site, then you should go ahead and contact us for assistance. We also have a pre-award spending approver as Charlie Apple. Now that we've looked at how to identify research assignments, let's look at how to actually maintain or establish or manage those roles. Once again, we'll go to our research contacts area, select more, and then this time let's select manage roles. From there, you'll find the person on the drop-down box, and if they're not there, then you'll select add a new contact and you'll find the person listed and you'll add them. If you don't find the person in here, then go ahead and reach out to us at orcayusehelp@ucdavis.edu. Once you've selected the person, you can add or delete roles other than role manager. Again, you can delete role manager, but you cannot add role managers unless you're in sponsored programs. You can view detailed instructions on this in our handbook for role managers. But I'll also demonstrate it for you and we'll practice. Once you've found the person, what you'll do is you'll select the role that you would like them to have. Now, if you have access to multiple admin units, then you would also select the unit in the appropriate area or the department. And once you've done that, you'll select Add Role. You can remove roles over to the right of each of the roles. Now, let's go ahead and take some time to do this on our own. Go back into our test environment and log in as Amy Admin, password training, all lowercase. This time, I want you to access the research contacts area as I showed you before, and then select manage roles. Find yourself, and if you're not listed on that list, you can go ahead and try to add yourself as I demonstrated previously. Or you can select someone else that is on the list and then assign them with proposal data access for that unit, which is sponsored programs that you should have access to. Once you've done this, go ahead and move on to the next section. And now we've come to the end of our training session. I hope that you know the responsibilities and functions of role managers, that they are responsible for maintaining the accuracy and the currentness of their research contact role assignments for their administrative units. Also, that you know the 3 critical research roles. Those are role managers, IPF approvers, and pre-award spending approvers. I also hope that you are able to identify the research contact role assignments for your unit and other units that you may be working with in Cayuse SP, and that you would be able to establish research contact roles if you have role manager access within your unit. And please reach out to us at spotraining@ucdavis.edu if you have any questions. Thank you for your time today, and please take time on your own to review the resources in the PDF of today's presentation.